Hi, I'm Jamie Wright, middle school librarian, and I'm here to help you find your next great book. Today's episode features fantasy books with royal characters. I'm excited to share these titles with you today. Let's get started. The Goose Girl is Shannon Hale's first book. She's the author of The Princess in Black, The Princess Academy, the Ever After High series, and dozens of other titles. In The Goose Girl, Annie has always been more comfortable with animals than people at court. She's next in line for the throne, but she's sent away to marry a prince in a neighboring kingdom. Bad actors interrupt her journey, leaving her without money, resources, or proof of her identity. So when she does make her way to the new city, their court won't even receive her, much less believe what she says. Annie has to find housing and work and navigate political intrigue in order to save her kingdom and herself. This is a Cinderella style story, and she's a strong heroine. There's a touch of fantasy, a touch of romance, and a lot of adventure. The book raises questions about loyalty, economic class, identity, and justice. There are several other companion books in this Books of Bayern series, and they focus on different characters. Fairest by Gail Carson Levine has a similar vibe to The Goose Girl. The main character, Aza, was born singing in a community that values beautiful voices. But Aza does not feel physically beautiful. She feels too big and too awkward, and she tries to keep to herself as she helps out in her adopted family's inn. Opportunity comes knocking, and Aza finds herself traveling to the capital city where her singing talent endears her to the court and maybe even the prince. But another young woman, intended to be the king's new bride, discovers Aza's secret talent. Aza can make it appear as if voices are coming from different people, and she can change her voice to make it sound like she is different people. The young woman is a weak singer, and it will not do in a land where singing is so valued, so she begs Aza to pretend to be her voice. Before long, Aza is caught in a political web and in danger without friends. Gail Carson Levine is also the author of Ella Enchanted, among many other titles. And while that one was a twist of Cinderella, this one is loosely inspired by Snow White, although the plot is much more complex and the heroine is stronger and a lot more interesting. The magical components are more pronounced in this story, and it explores topics like confidence, honesty, and being true to yourself. The Black Cauldron is the second book in the Chronicles of Prydain series by Lloyd Alexander. And the books probably should be read in order, but this one is actually my favorite. The Book of Three is the first book. There's a very old, very bad Disney movie that combines the first two books. And if you have seen that, just please wipe that out of your brain and start over so that you can consider reading this book instead. It's a throwback for sure. It was the Newbery Honor in 1966, but I'm still going to tell you about it because I really like it. Taryn is a young man who longs for adventure and he wants to be taken seriously. He dreams of leaving a safe little farm. He's the assistant pig keeper and he lives with a powerful enchanter. And he wants to do great things that poets will sing songs about. His big adventure in the first book introduces him to some new friends, but when the next adventure arises, Tyrion is really disappointed because he's expected to just hang back with the spare horses along with two other young men. The others are off to steal the Black Cauldron, which, okay, and this is dark, it takes the bodies of dead soldiers and reanimates them into fighting ghosts that are impossible to take down. And this evil villain, who's really a powerful enchanter too, he commands the Cauldron-born and he will not give up this power easily. Whether Taryn is ready for adventure or not, it finds him, and he has to make decisions about what kind of person he is. Will he do anything for glory that he so wants and dreams of? Or will he do the right thing, even if it means no one will give him credit? This fantasy has plenty of magic and sword battles. It also has humor and very relatable feelings about wanting to be known for something great, but spending a lot more time with the assistant pig keeping than in the realm of greatness. Last up is Lumara by Melissa Landers, which is on the Texas Lone Star list. Talia has a prejudice against mystics ever since one of them cheated her as a child. So when she goes to visit her boyfriend's family for a wedding, she is shocked to find out they are all mystics, including him. And he's not just wealthy, he's second in line to the throne. As she spends time on a gorgeous magical island and she gets to know his family, Talia starts to believe that she might have been wrong all this time. But then most of the wedding party members drop into comas, and Talia is blamed for it. Family secrets start to emerge. Talia is left wondering if anything she knows about herself is true, and how she will ever escape the island alive. That's it for this episode of Book Talks, fantasy books with royal characters. If you're still searching for your next great book, please reach out to your librarian. And remember, a book is always a good idea.